To get national streaming sports on Roku TV, channel search National Streaming Sports, tap on our logo. On laptop, tablet, or mobile phone, download the free Roku app, channel search, tap on our logo. For smart TV, order the Roku device from the Roku store, hook it up to your TV, channel search National Streaming Sports, and tap on the logo.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Sports Wave Network and Sports Corner with the Conn Man. This is a very special Saturday afternoon edition. And with me this afternoon, I have with me a very special guest, someone who is near and dear to me. And he goes by the name of Stephen Burgle, who happens to be the CEO of the Burgle Basketball Association. Steve, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing fine, Mike. How you doing?
I'm doing rather well. Now, folks, Steve and I go back about 30 years, but I'll let him talk about that in detail if he so desires. But Steve, the reason why I wanted you on the show is because you have set an example for all of us to follow in what you have accomplished thus far in your illustrious BBA organization. And I kind of want folks that may not know about the BBA. This is a good platform to notify and inform those who are watching exactly what the BBA means to you, how it all got started from the get-go. Now, you know, Steve, I talk smack. We all know that. But anyway, I want you to go ahead and speak your piece about the BBA, and you know, obviously you got to say a few good words about me. But other than that, Steve, go ahead, do the damn thing.
Oh, no good words about you. I'm not going to start lying on the program. No good words. No. But anyways, the BBA has been in existence for, Mike, as you know, 30 years. It's like we blinked our eyes and it's gone by. It started in my backyard 30 years ago. As you know, the reason being is because my grandson and his friends had gone to a court in Bedford Mass, and they went to play, and the city, like normal, had never turned the lights on that they were there. So what the kids did is they parked their cars all around, and they had their cars on and the lights so they could play. So about a half hour into the game, a van pulls up to the courts, and out of the van came two girls with machetes and a guy with an automatic. And they were looking for some drug dealer. So my grandson, being the person that he is, stood up for everybody, got in the guy's face, and said, "Just leave us alone. We're here playing ball with him. None of us the rest of us 9 guys are not from this area. I mean, we're from this area, but we're not from the Bedford. We're playing ball with our friend Chad." And you know, I wanted to wring his neck when he told me what he did. But the gentleman or I shouldn't say gentleman, the person and his 2 girls that were with him got back in the van and left. So he came home and told me about it and told me what happened. And I almost strangled him for getting in the guy's face. But, you know, what could I say? So I'm sitting on the back porch and because we had put the court in. And my father turns around and says to me, we're sitting on the deck in the back, and we're watching the kids play. And my father says to me, "You're going to start a league." And I said, "I'm going to what?" He goes, "Yeah, you're going to start a league." I said, "Dad," because I was an executive for Sears and Roebuck's. If anybody know what that is anymore, because it's been out of business for a while. But anyways, my dad said it again. "You're going to start a league." I said, "Dad, I do not have the time." He says, "Oh, really?" He said, "Let me think about this. When you were playing ball in high school and stuff in college, because wasn't there a league in New Bedford?" I went, "Yeah." He goes, "And the gentleman's was a good friend of mine by the name of the late and great Pete Brittle, God rest his soul, ran the league." And he said, and he took time out of his schedule to do this. And there's nothing in the area. Don't you think it's time that somebody stepped up? What am I going to say about it? No to my father? Nah. Mm-mm.
Mm.
So that's how it all started. And we started with, what was it? The first week it was 35, about 35 kids came and just to play in the backyard. And then the next week it got up to 50. And so then when I decided to start the league, well, like my dad said, and we did. And the league, when it started that first year, we had 72 kids. We had, I think it was 9 teams at the time, 9 or 8 teams, something like that. And the rest is history. The next thing I knew, the next year I was up to 120 kids. We had 12 teams, and that's the way it stayed for 10 years. And then I told you a little story, and you told me, I'm not even going to say on the air what you said. But anyway,
Oh,
I said what I was going to do, and you said some words, and I told you, I'm serious, Mike. I'm going to do this. And within a year, we started building the BBA. And that summer, we switched everything over to the organization. I mean, to the new site. And now we're up to 5 outdoor courts, 2 sand volleyball courts, and we're getting ready to build a building with 5 indoor courts. And instead of having 120 kids, now I got 120 teams. So, but a lot of the ball players, like you refereed back then, because you couldn't play ball anymore. Or anyways, you never could. But that's beside.
be careful.
But anyway, I'm trying to tell the truth here. But anyways, we had started the league down there, and we transferred everything there, and the rest is history because we went from 120 kids, like I said, to 120 teams. Now we have over 1,700 kids. And the thing that I am most proud of, and I will always be as long as this continues, is that in the 20 years there, which is now 30 years for the league, we have never ever had an incident. And I, we are very strict, but I put a lot of that on the kids because the kids are very happy about what goes on there, and they protect and don't let anything dumb happen. So that's the history of the BBA, Mike. In the 30 years, I made that mistake 30 years ago, letting you come referee out, whatever. Anyways, but that's okay. I'll be nice. I'll be nice.
Now, keep it real. That's what really made everything flow. You know what I mean? When you got the Conn Man in there, that's when it started getting established. You know what I mean? Just keep it real.
Wait. When I get the who?
Huh?
The who?
The Conn Man. You know who I am.
Yeah, the con. But anyways, I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna be nice to you.
That's probably a good thing.
You told me
But
I had to be nice to you today, so I'm gonna be nice to you.
I know it's going to be very hard for you too anyway. Folks, as you can see, we do this on a regular basis anyway, so this is nothing to us. This is not even an interview. We're just kicking on like we normally do. But one thing we did not mention, Steve, is the trials and tribulations that you had to go through. And that most people, I know I would have said, hell with it, gave up on it. But you didn't. Let the viewers know and the folks know how was the transformation, all the trials and tribulations you had to go through to get to where you're at now.
Oh, you want to bring that up, huh? You
Yes.
sure?
Yes.
Well, I've been in Dartmouth since I was 12 years old. I grew up in New Bedford till I was 12. My parents built a house to do things better for me and for them. And so I've been here since I was 12. I'm 73 now, so that tells you it's a long time. But the thing is, I went to Dartmouth High School, never had a problem there as far as the color of my skin was concerned. Never associated the problems that the town was giving us with that. But come to find out in the long run, it had a lot to do with it. But yeah, we went through a lot of stuff. Mike, you were there at the meetings. We went to the select board, and they told me that it had to be. They will allow us to build it. We leased the land from the town, but it had to be just Dartmouth kids. And I said, I don't think so. And they said, what do you mean you don't think so? I said, look, I've had 7 Division I ball players playing in my league in the backyard through the years. I have kids from all over the place, from Dartmouth, from Massachusetts to Rhode Island. I said, I'm not about to tell these guys who have been playing in my backyard for 10 years that they can no longer come play at the new PBA. So, in other words, you're telling me that my grandchildren who live in the Cushnet, which is the town over, can't come play in the complex that I built, that we spent $2.5 million building. In all honesty, they spent, but it was in-kind donations and donations from all the friends because that's how it was built. But I said, "You're going to tell me that?" I said, "Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll do it your way. I'll do it your way." I said, "But I need you guys to know something." I said, "When I leave this board, this meeting in front of you guys, I said I'm going to go to the Boston Globe, the Boston Herald, Providence Journal, Standard Times, Fall River Herald, and I'm going to tell them how prejudiced these people are." And right away, you can see the look on their faces. You can remember it. They panicked. What do you mean by that? I said, "No, I'm not talking color. I said, I'm talking town to town." I said, "I don't know who you people think you are." I said, "But I've been here most of my life, and I'm not better than anybody else anywhere else." And I said, "There's no reason for me to do this." I said, "But if you do want me to do it, I'll do it this way. But the rest of the area is going to know why I can't bring kids from other areas." All of a sudden, they whispered and they said, "No, Mr. B, you can do it your way. You can do it your way," and all this stuff. I said, "Oh, thank you very much." And that's one of the things. But now we go on to building the place. There's a place down the street from us called DYAA. It's Dartmouth Athletic Association, Youth Association, and they do baseball. They do some basketball, if that's what you want to call it, during the wintertime. And the reason I'm bringing them up because come to find out, 30 years later, their president had a lot to do with what we were going through. But they turned around and they went to what we call CPC. That's to get funds to help you do things from the town. They collect taxes and they give it to nonprofit organizations and different organizations in the town to help them be afford to do things. Well, when we went to the meeting, we were finally approved to do that, to get money from them. But at the same time, they gave DYA $545,000 to buy a farm, which was next door to them, so they could expand their organization. So now we're waiting to hear what they're going to do for us. The next thing I know, and the young lady says, I won't mention her name, but she says, well, in all honesty, you really don't have to go to this land because we got 3 basketball courts over here that you can try and do this to prove to us that you know what you're doing. And I just looked at her and I said, no, thank you. Those basketball courts are the most unsafe courts I've ever seen. So she turns around. She said, well, we're going to give you $196,000. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm happy because it's money that we didn't have. But you just gave DYAA, which is all Dartmouth kids, close to $600,000. But all you're going to give us is 196. So she said, well, you got to prove to us that you can handle this money. So I started blinking my eyes real fast. And she says to me, she goes, you okay, Mr. Berger? What's wrong with your eyes? I said, that's about how fast it'll take me to spend that money you're giving me. And everybody cracked up. I said, no, I'm serious. I said, because with everything that we've got to do, that's a fraction of what it's going to cost us. I said, I realize you gave the DYAA all that money. I said, but if this is what you want to give us, fine, we'll work with it and we'll do it. And we got the money, and I really didn't want the town involved whatsoever, as you know. And we use it, and it helped us to do a couple of things. But let's see, 2 million, 2 million 3 later, we got the BBA built, and it was because of people like Mike Silver, who you remember, who used to come from Boston every day, used to drive bulldozers and trucks and stuff, and he used to come down and God rest his soul because he passed, but he came down and did all the leveling of the land and the trees, getting rid of the trees and all that stuff, and You know, I had other friends. We all got together and put 2,000 feet of sewer and water in together. You know, my brother-in-law brought all the electricity in. Then I had PJ Keating, who donated the first court. And what we did with another place is called Able Asphalt. We had, I'm talking about like 70 feet long by 30 feet high piles of loom, and we traded loom for 2 courts, and that gave us the 3, and then we paid for the last 2, and that's how we ended up with the 5. But it's been a hell of an aggravation as far as the town is concerned, and what they did. Now, to make a long story short, Mike, so everybody will know, there was a guy by the name of Mike Gagne. He used to be the town administrator way back, and Mike, you know, helped us a lot. But Mike got pushed out eventually and went and go work in Mattapoisett as their town administrator. So one day recently, I'd say about 8 months ago, he went to go see my son at his job. And he told my son, first he asked how I was doing and everything, because we hadn't seen each other for a while. And then he turned around and said to him, he says, I need you to give your father a message. So Lance turned around and said, oh, what's up, Mike? He goes, first of all, tell him I said hello. He said, but second of all, when I was a town administrator in Dartmouth, I could not tell you guys what was really going on. And Lance said, really? He said, why, Mike? What was really going on? And Mike grabbed him by his hand and pointed to his skin. And he said to Lance, he said, this is what it's all been about, the color of your father's skin. And this is the president of the DYAA, who I don't have a problem with saying his name on the air, and I could give a care. Jim Vieira was the one who was behind the whole thing. And that's why we were having such a hard time. That's why every single thing, as a matter of fact, that 196,000 they gave us, we had to show a receipt for every single thing we did. We were audited for every single thing we did. Not once, twice. So what does that tell you? Now, ask me if DYA was ever audited, because I know for a fact they were not.
Wow. Wow.
And that's how it's been. That's why it's been tough. It's okay, because you know me. I'm resilient, and I don't give up. And the only thing that was important to me until this day, you know that for a fact, that the only thing that is important to me is the kids. And right now, we're helping a lot of kids with no issues, and that's what we're most proud of.
Now, Steve, if you could do me a favor, can you give the folks a visual of the complex? For those of you, for those of them that really don't have an idea, because you just basically said 5 outdoor courts, but I don't think you informed them about how beautiful the land is. The courts are so beautiful, multicolored, the concession building, the volleyball pits. I mean, I want the viewers to get an idea.
The courts are colored by every high school in the area. You know, just the main court, the big one that's 94 feet long, is just the BBA colors that we used to have, like it was in my backyard. The other 4 is Dartmouth High School, New Bedford Voc, New Bedford High, and Wareham and Fairhaven, because they're both basically the same colors.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we did with the colors of the courts. The volleyball pits are going strong. The place is loaded every summer. You see it when you're there. Yeah. And the thing is, Mike, and I will tell everybody here, if you want to really see the courts and what it really looks like, go on to bbabasketball.com. That's bbabasketball.com. And when you go in, on the left-hand side of the page, there's 3 lines on the top. You hit those 3 lines, you're going to get a drop down. The drop down will say, you see all different things on there, but when you get to About Us, you hit that, it'll come up again, then you hit it again, and it'll come up. And then what you do is there's a picture of 3 young men leaning on each other with an arrow in the middle of it that says, that doesn't say play me, but it's just the arrow that you hit to play. When you hit that, it'll show you what the facility looks like. But if you go onto the BBA basketball.com website, we have a picture that was taken from a helicopter by one of my friends that used to fly the state troopers helicopter, and he came by and took pictures so we could have it for the website.
If you could, I'd like you to give props, because the BBA has an outstanding staff, board members, and other people who, without their help, BBA wouldn't be as good as well. Because you've had some very important people helping you out, and I would be unless if we didn't mention all those people. I mean, we can't mention everybody, but if you could give a shout out to those who will be watching this, and a lot of them do things from the bottom of their heart as well. So,
well, I will tell you this much, and I hate to start with this person. Oh my God, it's killing me. But anyway,
who might that be?
that would be. Let me think about this. I
Don't think too hard.
I don't want to put this name out there, Mike. It's not a good thing to put that name out there. But anyways, okay, I will. Mike Conn, you've been with us for 30 years. You were on the board for a long time. You had to step away for a while, but yourself, Don King, my son Lance. Let me think. Who else? Gerald Wills, Jeff Forget, Graham Gisherman, Ray Medeiros, Wayne Williams. Let me think. Oh God, who am I? Oh, Jonathan Gomes. God, I always forget people. Manny DeBrito, who helps do my AAU program. Abby Hurley, and the most important out of all those people, even much more important than me, is Donna Burgo, my wife.
Absolutely.
That lady. Oh, when we first started this, Mike, I don't know if I told you this. I think the mistake that I made when she first moved into the house and with her 4 children, and we had the leak going, and she looks in the backyard. She says, "How long is this going to go on?" And I made the stupid mistake. As soon as I said it, I knew it shouldn't have come out of my mouth. I said, "It was here before you. It'll be here after you."
That was a good move. That was good.
And as soon as I said it, I said, "Oh my God, you're gonna be sleeping on the couch for a long time."
Uh-huh.
The thing is my lady has been there from day one since she's been here. She doesn't bat an eye when it comes to doing things for the BBA. She's in charge of all the paperwork. She does all the schedules. She's a CPA. She does the booking, all the books and everything. She's the one that keeps it together. She's the one that puts everything online. So if anybody had any questions about anything we did financially, it's all online. And the other thing is she's the one that put it together it was her idea to be a 501c3, to be a nonprofit, because I wasn't even thinking of that at that time. The only thing I was thinking of was being sanctioned by the NCAA, which we were. Those are the people, and I'm sure there's somebody I forgot. I'm sure there's somebody I forgot.
And you forgot one other thing that Don is involved with, the concession building.
Oh my God. Oh, let me give a shout out to Board 1340 out of Fall River, and to Home Depot, and to Dartmouth Building Supply, and to Lowe's, for all their donations. They donated all the wood to us, and the Carpenters Union 1340 out of Fall River sent 6 carpenters down here to build it. And my wife, my daughter-in-laws have been running the place since day one. And the food, I don't need to tell you, the food's off the charts. We have I don't call it a concession. I call it a restaurant, because you know how big that menu is, Mike. But I have people that just come to eat and watch the games. Their kids aren't even there. They come just to eat because the food's that good. But we have a lot of Cape Verdean food too, which I mean, everybody can't wait for the manchu to come out. You know what I'm saying?
See, people out here don't know what that is. They don't know what that is.
That's a Cape Verdean dish, and it's outstanding. If anybody lives in this area and wants to try it, just come and ask, and you'll be amazed.
That's very true. Now, see, again, I don't look at this as an interview because we don't do that. But talk about.
Oh, Mike, wait, Mike, wait. Before you go on, I need you to pay close attention to something. Okay? Read my shirt, Michael.
I can't read.
Read that shirt. What does it say, Michael? Boston who? Boston Celtics?
Those words are not to be.
So, okay, Mike, you can go on now. It's okay.
Hey, you know that's kryptonite. You already know. The network knows it's kryptonite. They already know. So you can't mess that.
It makes you very, I know it makes your legs wobble and makes you very weak. But go ahead, go back to what you were saying.
Before I was really interrupted, you know, Steve, you have tried to do some things with the BBA, like the Christmas tournament. I want you to talk about the Christmas tournament. And you had some interesting guests come through the Christmas tournament that you did. Could you let the viewers know who that might be? Because I've been mentioning the guests actually believe me, but maybe you could give some insight.
The guests that we got, first of all, we had teams from Washington, we've had teams from Connecticut, we had teams from New York. Then we had a lot of local teams, and we had two really special guests that blessed us with their presence. One of them coached the team from Maryland, and that was Reggie Williams, former national championship with Patrick Ewing of the Georgetown Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one was a Hall of Famer, who, man, I had never seen anybody drool over somebody as much as you did that day. You were so, because first of all, when I told you he was coming, you told me I was nuts.
Yes.
You didn't believe me.
Nope.
And when we walked up to you and you were because you were doing the announcing, which you did a good job, I gotta admit, I can't take that from you. Some things you do well, okay? But it was our man, tiny Hall of Famer Nate Archibald. I've never seen you lost for words, Mike, when you met him that day. And that was true. And in all honesty, that was like for 5 seconds. Then your lips took over. And it was over.
Of course.
You couldn't get away from it quick enough. If I remember correctly, you and him went to go sit in the stands up above. And you reminisced because he came to the boys club in New Bedford. And
yes, he did.
And Brentwood Park, and you guys sat down and had a long conversation. I was really happy.
And we took a picture, but I don't know. You probably took it and won't give it to me. But yes, we did take a picture together, and we did speak quite a bit, in fact. And,
I did take the picture. I got half of it here at my house of Archibald. The other one I cut off. The other one's full of holes.
What half would that be?
Your half?
My half. Really?
Yeah, it's got a bunch of dot holes in it, especially around the head.
Well, let me speak on something because I know you won't. Folks, I'm here in Massachusetts. We have a Massachusetts board consisting of officials, wannabe officials, etc. And the board, which just happened to be Board 30, has real, I guess, constraints and likes to have control over other scenarios, other venues that they feel that they should be part of. And one thing I will say is, being a former Board 30 member, a lot of, I'll say, our kind had a hard time moving up the ranks from freshmen to JVs to doing varsity basketball. And we've had some very good ones who led the way. But you took it upon yourself to have your Christmas tournament, and you decided to have your referees who you wanted to officiate. And can you let the viewers know about that? Why did you? And these officials were not officially sanctioned to do varsity games. But you took upon yourself to help those officials maybe get a better opportunity to move on up so they could be qualified or certified to do the varsity level games. Can you speak on that, please?
Well, you know, Mike, I really try not to speak on that because you know how I feel about that. That's a sore spot in a way, but it's a good spot too because I got in trouble with my board, which is board 30. Oh, I didn't get in trouble because I really didn't give a damn about that. You remember Scully coming to me and saying to me, Mr. Burgo, you and I need to speak. I said, what's up, Scully? He goes, you had your tournament. And he said, you had all JV officials there to do high school games. And I said to him, excuse me? He says, yeah. And you didn't come to the board so we could assign it. I said, first of all, Scully, remember what you said. God rest his soul because he passed. But I remember what you said. My tournament. These were my people who have been refereeing in my backyard and in my league for many, many years. And they've been overlooked. They've been pushed aside. You've had other people that are coming into this board, and in the first year, they have become varsity officials, which you make double what you make as a JV official. Now, the thing is, it happens that all those officials were black. And so if you can remember, also, we had a high school coach who complained about that to me at the game. And he said, well, I know these guys are JV officials. I said, they're not JV officials. These are highly qualified officials who I am putting on my tournament. I don't care what you or anybody else says. I'm going to prove to you people that these guys are capable, beyond capable, of refereeing varsity. And I don't care what any of you say. This is the way it is. This is the way it's going to be. And all those guys did a great job. And within months, one of them within weeks was pushed up to varsity officials.
And not only that, shortly thereafter, you had quite a few of those proposed themselves or were proposed to varsity officials.
Right.
And it was probably because of you doing what you did in that Christmas tournament that exposed them, because if you recall, some of the officials that were there had some type of influence. I'll go by the name Bruce Anderson for one.
Yep.
Who happened to be there. And I think soon after, I don't know exactly, you may know more about that than me, but that propelled them into becoming varsity officials. And then we all referee, most people who referee at the beginning, they want to go to that next level.
Exactly.
And some of them were going to be maintained at that freshman JV level. And it takes kind of who you know to move on up. It doesn't necessarily mean if you're better or you're qualified. And that's kind of like who you know, unfortunately. But that's the way it is. And that's probably the way it's going to be. You know, if you play the game, you can move up pretty quick. But if you stay fast and do your thing, it's going to take a while. It took me 7 years to move up to varsity. So I kind of know the ins and outs. But anyway, it's a great thing.
And you warned me about that. You warned me about that when I went for my license.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? But you know, at that time, now it's, you know, a lot of people strive to get to that level, and sometimes it don't matter how good you are or what it does not matter.
It's all political.
And if they like you, if you play the game, if you fit their model, you move on up, and that's just the way it is. But at the end of the day, if you're not that good, it's going to show. If you're not, and during that Christmas tournament, they did very well. They did very well, and it was well received. There were a lot of varsity officials that were there. Michael Grant, Kenny Forms, all them guys were there. They were all watching, and they all were very impressed with those officials.
Kenny Florence was president of the organization at one time, of the board president.
Exactly. And they were there and they gave their 100%. So, I mean, it was a great thing that you did there. We don't have that much time, Steve, unfortunately. But I want to try to get everything I can into this next 20 minutes. You also had Reggie Williams come down and do the basketball camps. Talk about the basketball camps that you do as well.
Reggie has done 3 of our camps. Did a phenomenal job. You know, him and I, Reggie and I are very good friends now, and he's good friends with yourself too. But the thing is Reggie charging me hardly anything. Here's a man who I took him after the camp, I took him to the hotel where he was staying, or the motel where he was staying. And he calls me about 5:45. Now the league started at 6:00. He calls me about 5:45 and he says to me, "Yo, Steve, can you do me a favor?" I said, "What's that?" He said, "You got games coming on tonight, right?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Why don't you come pick me up? Because I want to go watch the games." I said, "Reggie, you do realize what you're asking for, right?" I said, "Because you're going to have kids all over you." He goes, "Steve, just come get me." I said, "Okay, I'll be right there." So I went and picked Reg up, and my man proceeds to put his chair. We have the concession, and in the concession we got this concrete slab that goes out about 40 feet, where you have the tables and the chairs where people sit to eat and all that stuff. My man proceeds to put his chair out front in the middle of everything, and had lines of kids coming to him to get his autograph. Not once did he say, "Oh, you owe me $5. You owe me $10. You owe me this." Don't bother me. Okay? That man signed every single autograph. And you know how many kids were there, Mike? Every single autograph that was asked for. Every single autograph that was asked for. So, and then we had Avery Bradley. We had Avery Bradley there. And this year, I'm working on getting, because Reggie's good friends with this gentleman I'm trying to get, but I'm working on getting Reggie and Muggsy Bogues to come this summer. So, it's, and all the news people that we had there when Avery was there, because he was one of the backbones of the Celtics at the time.
Yes, he was.
And a lot of those people were amazed at what they saw when they got to the complex, because they never knew anything existed like this. As a matter of fact, Nate Archibald and Reggie Williams both said straight out of their mouth, not knowing what the other one said, is, "I played all over the country and I've never seen a complex like this."
It is unique. It's very unique. And again, the environment is beautiful. The area is beautiful. We don't hear sirens and gunshots and alarms going off. It's very, to me, being a referee for 30 years, I have more problems dealing with you than the environment and where we perform the referee and the sites are beautiful. The complex is very, very beautiful, and it's great to see the parents, the grandparents, coming out and supporting their grandkids and daughters and sons, and also, I don't know if you can remember all the breakdowns, but we have, I don't know how it's broken down, but we have a lot of girls, young girls playing. We have boys, and it's a wide diversity of talent and teams, and it's a great thing. It's an awesome thing. And as far as the camps are concerned, we have a great time at the camps. The kids are great. I really enjoy doing the camps because I get a chance to coach as opposed to always refereeing. So it brings in a little bit. I enjoy that quite a bit, And of course, we're doing our bantering all the time. And the kids love it. The kids laugh at us all the time. But it's all in fun. We want to make sure that they have a good time while learning, which is another reason why I'm going to bring up something that you did. We, folks, we lost one of our great friends just recently, and it was very devastating to us all. And Stephen Donner and the board decided to do something worthwhile, honorable. And Steve, can you speak on that, please?
Well, yeah, that's a tough one to talk about.
I know,
Um, Buddy Wheatley has been with us from day one with the camps and stuff, and Buddy's been there to help us to get certain people, and the kids loved him. They loved him. And this past summer, he was supposed to be coming to the camp, and he calls me up and said that he had to take time because he had to have his ankle operated on. But he would be there because we do the camp 2 weeks. And we do one camp and then a week apart, a week in the middle, then we do another one. But he says, I'll be back for the second camp, Steve. So I said, fine, buddy. You know, you do what you got to do. So in the morning of the day of starting the second camp, you and I were there. We're waiting, for all the kids to come. And we got a phone call, and it was from Buddy. And whew, Buddy said to us, I can't do the camp. And I said, "What's up, buddy? Would you have a relapse with your ankle or something?" He goes, "No, Stevie." He says, "I just found out that I have prostate cancer. Oh, I'm sorry, I have cancer." And within 3 weeks, the man was gone. Within 3 weeks, we lost him. Uh, so I did what I said I would never do because we always said we weren't going to name courts out after anybody. But we donated our biggest court, our NBA college court, in the name of Buddy Wheatley, and it's now called the Buddy Wheatley Memorial Basketball Court. And there's nobody that I feel more honored to do that for than Buddy Wheatley. And I sometimes I feel lost without him.
Me as well. Steve, I have to let the viewers know a quick story. Folks, when Steve does his camps, he usually notifies us, and then we have to go to the camp in the morning. We all register the kids in and wait for Steve who's coming, and meet the parents as well. And that's a great thing. And, after that, we rate the kids, we evaluate them, and then we form them into groups. And Buddy, we have his certain group. And anybody that knows Buddy knows what I'm saying. So I would have my group, and I'm trying to get my group, they don't know me, I don't know them. So I'm trying to, have a good conversation with them, make them feel relaxed. And I'm going to tell you people this. He did this more than once. On the very first day, once he got his group, he went off. And I'm like, but you can't do that. What are you doing? The parents are going to go nuts. By Wednesday, them kids would run through a brick wall for him. He had names for them. He did everything for them kids. And another thing about Buddy, check this out. Sometimes you may have a kid, boy or girl, who may not fit in or may not get involved as maybe they should have want to. You know what Buddy would do? He would seek them out. And he would go sit down with them and be like, hey, go ahead on my group. I got to do this. That is Buddy Wheatley. Anybody who knows Buddy knows very tough, strict, keeps it like it is, but he had his heart was always for the kids. That's the fact.
And that's why Buddy and I get along so well. That's the reason why you and I get along so well. Because Buddy was all about the kids. That's the only thing that was important to him. The thing is, what a lot of your viewers don't know, Mike. I almost said our viewers because we used to do cable sports shows.
No. Let's get it right. Let's get it right.
Well, I'm gonna call Key later. We're gonna get you out of this, and I'm gonna take over. But anyways, Buddy, Buddy. See, I lost my train of thought, Mike. Damn it. Oh, Jesus. As far as Buddy's concerned, like I said, he was all about the kids and all this stuff. But what I need our viewers to know, that's what it was, that a lot of people don't understand, and this is why I give my wife so much credit and my family, is because everybody, including me, every single one of us, do this for zero amount of money. We're trying to save to build a building. We do it for zero amount of money. Um, I've been accused of many things, but man, um, we do it. I do it out of the bottom of my heart because I believe in kids, and I think they're a lot of times a lot of kids are lost because the single parent thing and all that stuff, and they don't have that parent home to help them out. But I want people to know that all this for 30 years, and Mike, you know this, I spent 20 grand in my backyard getting that court ready with the lights and the bleachers and all that stuff. And I've never asked for a cent. And I'm not going when the building's built and I'm there 24/7, that's a different story. But right now, until we get that building built, in which we've been fighting hard and the town has put us off and all kind of things. I need people to know that nobody, the only people that get paid there are you guys, you referees, and the
Yes.
score and the scorers. The 20
Right.
scorers we have there. And because there's 20 games a night, excuse me, and the referees. And I need to say a shout out to all you guys that refereed because you have helped us out a great amount, and not gone unappreciated, nor will it ever. You know how I am with the referees. I stick up for them 120%. Don't mess with my referees. Don't mess with my referees. There are people out there who think we're doing this for money, and I'm Cape Verdean like you are, Mike, and a lot of them is my nationality, and that hurts. It hurts a great deal because you know what I'm doing, and there's a lot of people out there that know what I do and how I do it. And if anybody does not believe that it's all about the kids, then you can, and I won't say, okay. And as I say, and it's my made up saying, you can kiss my black Rudy begonias, okay. That's the way I feel. But the thing is, and it's about white, black, yellow, red. I don't care what color you are. I don't care where you come from. It's about giving these kids a chance. And the places, people ask me how much you charge for people to go play there when the league isn't going on. I'm like, what? How much? What? Yeah, how much you charge? I said, we don't charge anything. It's open to the public. It's what I would have wanted when I was a kid. So anybody can use it at any time. And that's just the way it is. We have teams that practice there,
Mhm.
from other organizations. So it is what it is.
And now, Steve, okay, we spoke about the BBA, we spoke about the complex, we touched on about the building a little bit. Is there anything that maybe I didn't ask you, or maybe there's something that you want to relate to the viewers that maybe I didn't bring up? I just want you to be able to speak on whatever, any upcoming events. How can people get in touch with you if they want to donate? If they want to sponsor, um, even though this show is seen all over the country, there might be people who view this and see the importance of what you're doing and the positive impact you're having on the community that maybe they might want to volunteer or sponsor or anything of that nature. Could you please let the viewers know how to get in touch with you? Number one, and if they want to donate in any way, shape, or form.
Okay. First of all, when you go on the website, my phone number's on there. Second of all, there is a page that comes up that'll say donations. Like I said, when you go in to see when you want to find out about the BBA with those three lines on the left hand side, press that. It'll come down with it scroll through it and it'll tell you where you can donate and all that stuff. Here's my thing. What I'm going to ask, because Mike, before I go there, I have millions of dollars that walk around that complex every night.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I live next to Paid-Naram. There's Paid-Naram is a lot of rich people. The complex is right around the corner, maybe a mile down the road, mile and a half. And a lot of those kids play in our league. A lot of those parents won't help us. Don't know why. I do know why, but I'll leave that alone. Um, my thing is, if you do want to donate, which would be greatly, greatly appreciated and would be put to great use to help us build our building. And I'll tell you why. Um, the town, we've been trying to get a 30-year lease out of the town for 16 years. And they put us off. Then COVID came. And we had just got a price on 65,000 square feet of steel just before COVID came.
Mm-hmm.
It was $862,000. That's just for the steel. Today, since they waited so long and pushed it back. As a matter of fact, I didn't know if you know this, Mike. When we signed for our 30-year lease this March, it was on my dad's birthday, so that was a good sign to me.
Wow.
But it was weird the way it happened. But the cost of that same 65,000 square feet right now is $3.6 million.
Wow.
Okay.
Can you let the viewer know what that building consists of? What's the building going to be? Because what's the building going to be?
The building will have 5 indoor courts. It'll have a walk and running track. It'll have a full concession. It'll have a full weight room. It'll have a fun room for the kids with video games, pool tables, ping pong tables, and all that stuff. The main thing we're going to have is 2 classrooms upstairs so we can help kids prepare for college or any kids that are having tough times in school to tutor them. And I've got friends who are teachers that have volunteered, said once the building's up, we'll be there to help you. It's also going to have 1 court because I want to be different than any of the other facilities around here. I'm going to have 1 court that sits 12 to 1,600 people. And we're going to have one of the local high schools asked us if they could use our building to have their games in because of the simple reason their court only sits like 250. And matter of fact, that's your alma mater, Bishop Stang. And we're more than willing to let them use the facility to get more people in the stands. But that's about it, Mike, as far as the inside of the building is concerned. But what we were saying, and I'll say it quickly. You can go on to BBA Basketball, bbabasketball.com again. That's bbabasketball.com, and go on to the donation page. And I put this out to everybody who does see this and get a chance to see this. I'm not asking for a lot of money. If just each person would donate $10, you know how long that would go, how far that would go if we get a lot of people to do it?
Absolutely.
Okay. And now, if you want to sponsor a team, there's a sponsor thing on the website. It's $100, and what that does is on all the jerseys, on the back of the jerseys, we have the name of your company or your name, your family name, whatever. We will put on the jerseys. But think about this, people. It's not about Mike. It's not about me. It's not about my board. It's about the kids. And any money that you donate will go 120% to that building, to get that building ready for these kids so they'll always have a place to play, whether it be outdoors or indoors. And the other thing I didn't say, Mike, is we're going to have a full training facility too. And I've got some people who, like Noah Fernandez, who played at UMass. He was the face of UMass for 2 years. He left there and went to, no, I'm sorry. He first went to Wichita State. He left Wichita State after his first year, went to UMass Amherst, and was the face of UMass Amherst for 2 years, and then finished his college career at Rutgers.
Mm-hmm.
And Noah wants to come on and be a trainer at our facility. And we're going to try and get some of the best people in the area beside Noah. We're trying to get Bryson Goodiron, too, who I think might be a possibility to be a trainer there, who's now playing for Oklahoma right now. And we're going to try and make it the state-of-the-art training facility for the area. And, I got to thank somebody like Senator Montigny, who donated a $9,000 Dr. Dish shooting machine to the complex. And then, oh God, Matt Genero's family, who donated a $5,000 Dr. Dish to the BBA recently because they're done using it. So they figured we could put it to good use. And Jeff Forget, who gave us a Vertimax to help make the kids quicker, jump higher. It's a great machine. You put 5 people on it at a time. It increases your speed, increases your vertical. These are things we're going to have inside the building. But any help we can get from anybody, I don't care how much you give. It's more than what we had. And that's the way I look at it. And remember, we are nonprofit. You can take that as a tax write-off.
Now, that's a great thing. And, I want to thank the network for allowing us to speak on the BBA because we do have the platform. And the show is going to be seen all over in the way that I promote the show. A lot of people will see it. And hopefully, they will find it in their hearts to donate and to the cause because it's a worthy cause. And again, let the folks know how many kids you service during the summer.
1,700 a year. So you talk about 30 years. It's a lot of kids. And that's a lot of kids who don't cause any problems, who come and play basketball and just have a good time.
Well, Steve, again, I want to thank you for coming on my show. Even though we kick it and we joke around, we have a lot of laughs. What we do, like you and Donna and the BBA do, is you help out a lot of kids, and it's a great thing and a great environment. And we all hope that the building does become a reality, and hopefully
one with the other.
Be able to donate and do the right thing and donate because it's a great cause. And we're going to be promoting the BBA. We got a lot of things. I know you and I have spoken about what we want to do in the summertime. Maybe have some high school all-star teams and all kinds of good things that I'm sure we're going to be meeting on and trying to promote the BBA as well as we possibly can. But again, I want to thank you for coming on my show. Even though you got that damn shirt on, I'm going to overlook that.
Wait, before you go on.
Huh?
You owe me another thank you.
For?
Not picking on you during the show. Not getting on you like I normally do. Not making Key laugh behind the scenes. Okay, I've been serious.
Why you going to bring up Key? Why you going to bring up Key?
Because she's a sweetheart.
Yes, she is.
She's a sweetheart, and she knows how much I like to dog you. Okay?
I know. That is true.
I just wanted to be serious today and be nice because I promised you I would. So.
Oh, here comes Key right now. See, it's not trouble. There she goes again. I don't need this.
How you doing, Key? How you doing?
I don't need this. I really don't need
I like that girl. I like that girl.
Yeah, well, I like to talk to her when the show's over. But anyway, Steve, I'm
been putting up with you for too long.
I know. I want to thank you for coming on the show for real. I know Keith's getting ready to do a thing on Roku. But again, Steve, I want to thank you for coming on. You have an open invitation. As long as you don't wear that shirt anymore. Anytime you want to come on, you have an open invitation. And I want to thank you, Steve. I love you. And thank you for what you do. And I'm giving you your flowers. So anything you want to say before we get to go?
Yes, I hate to admit this, but I love you too, brother. You have been there, and the people need to know that you have been the one consistent thing in this complex who's been on my side, even when I fell in the hole and you couldn't get a camera. No, we're not going there. We got to get off the air. You got to do other things, so we're not going there. We're not going there.
Again, Steve, thank you very much. I want to thank you all for tuning in to the Sports Wave Network and my favorite sports channel, the Conn Man. May you have a great day. God bless y'all. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, and Chief. God bless.
Bye.